Hello my dear students, hope you all are doing well. I'm your chemistry teacher Deeksha and I welcome you all to our lesson number 3, atoms and molecules. So we have already completed the lesson and we have understood so many things. So we talked about the laws of chemical combination. फिर हमने देखा कि atoms क्या होते हैं, molecules क्या होते हैं, how to determine the atomic mass and molecular masses of different compounds, isn't it? Then we also saw how to determine the chemical formula of various compounds. कैसे हम chemical formula लिखते हैं, what are the rules which we should follow while writing the chemical formula, and how to write the chemical names of these compounds. तो ये सभी चीजें हमने पढ़ी थी. अब बारी है कुछ questions करने की. So now we are here with our in-text questions. So let's begin, students. Let's get going. So let's see the first one. In a reaction, 5.3 grams of sodium carbonate reacted with 6 grams of acetic acid. So here we are with a reaction, okay? And you have been given the weights, the masses of these reactants, okay? So sodium carbonate is the reactant and acetic acid is the reactant. And the products were 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide and 0.9 gram of water along with 8.9 gram of sodium acetate. Now, you have to show that these observations are in agreement with the law of conservation of mass. तो आपको क्या करना है students? आपको ये बताना है कि ये law of conservation of mass को follow करता है कि नहीं. Obviously students, if this equation and if these masses are correct, then it should follow the law of conservation of mass. What it says students? Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. That means the mass on the reactant side. So these are the two reactants. If you add the masses of these two reactants, it should be equal to the total mass of the product. So you have to add the masses of the product. So how you have to go about it? Just see. Sodium carbonate is this much, acetic acid is this much, and the masses of these reactants and products, all these are given to you. As per the law of conservation of mass, total mass of reactants must be equal to the total masses of the products. So, if you add 5.3 and 6 grams, which is the mass of the reactants, तो जब हमने इसे add किया और जब हमने किसको add किया है? Masses of the products. Alright, so you just see that all these come out to be 11.3 grams. So LHS is equal to RHS. That means the masses of the reactants is equal to the masses of the products. And this proves that this equation is following the law of conservation of mass. Alright, so this is how you need to prove it. Let's move on now. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in a ratio of 1:8 by mass. तो हमें पता है students, H2O में there are 2 atoms of hydrogens, 1 atom of oxygen. So the mass of hydrogen is 1U. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास 1U का है, यानी कि यहाँ पे टोटल मास जो हाइड्रोजन का है इस कंपाउंड में वो कितना है? 2U है. और ऑक्सीजन का कितना है? एक एटम का मास है 16. So what is the ratio in which these two elements are combining to form water? अगर आप इसको करें तो ये होगा 1:8 by mass. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये होता है स्टूडेंट्स कि आप पानी को जब आप बनाते हैं हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन गैस से, तो इनके जो मासेस होते हैं जो कंबाइन होते हैं वो किस में होते हैं? 1:8 के रेशियो में. दैट मीन्स इफ यू आर टेकिंग 1 gram of hydrogen, then you need 8 gram of oxygen to react with it. Alright, so अब आपसे क्या पूछा है? What is the mass of oxygen gas which would be required to react it completely with 3 gram of hydrogen gas? So if you are taking 3 gram of hydrogen gas, how much oxygen gas would be needed? Alright, so as I told you students, if you take 1 gram, 1:8 mass का ratio क्या मतलब क्या होता है कि if you are taking 1 gram of hydrogen, you need 8 gram of oxygen. Alright, मतलब आप 8 times ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा ले रहे हैं. जो ऑक्सीजन का मास है वाटर में वो हाइड्रोजन के कंपैरिजन में 8 times ज्यादा है. तो इसका मतलब ये जब आप 3 grams ले रहे हैं तो कितना होगा? ऑक्सीजन का मास होगा 8 times whatever you are taking the hydrogen. Is that clear? So how will you write it? We know that hydrogen and oxygen mix in a ratio of 1:8. So for every 1 gram of hydrogen, 8 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज नीडेड. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ फॉर 3 grams ऑफ हाइड्रोजन हाउ मच ऑक्सीजन विल यू बी नीडिंग? 3 into 8, that is 24 grams. All right, so this means 24 grams oxygen is needed to react with 3 grams of hydrogen. Now whatever amount of hydrogen is given to you, आपको अगर ऑक्सीजन का अमाउंट निकालना है तो वो 8 टाइम्स होगा. ठीक है, अगर मैं आपसे कहूं कि 10 ग्राम्स हाइड्रोजन है तो ऑक्सीजन कितने ग्राम लेना पड़ेगा? 80 ग्राम्स. इज दैट क्लियर? सो दिस इज हाउ यू नीड टू आंसर. लेट्स मूव ऑन नाउ स्टूडेंट्स. Which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is the result of the law of conservation of mass? So students, there is one postulate which will prove it. Atoms cannot be destroyed or created in a chemical reaction. So it is directly the result of law of conservation of mass. Because if atoms cannot be created or destroyed, that means mass also can neither be created nor be destroyed, right? Now, one more postulate is there. Let's see if you remember the Dalton's atomic theory. Which postulates of Dalton's atomic theory can explain the law of definite proportion? So, law of definite proportion क्या कहता है कि आप किसी भी source से कोई भी substance लीजिए, उसमें जो elements present होंगे, उसका जो मास होगा वो कांस्टेंट होगा. जिस प्रपोर्शन में वो मास है वो कांस्टेंट रहेगा. तो ऐसा कौन सा डाल्टन्स का थ्योरी का पोस्टुलेट था? लास्ट पोस्टुलेट. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant, are same in a given compound. तो आप compound को कहीं से भी लीजिए, whatever the source of the compound is, the masses in which the elements are combining to make that compound is constant. All right. Now, let's see the next one. You have to define atomic mass unit. Now, atomic mass unit एक ऐसी यूनिट है जिसको एक्सप्रेस क्या करते हैं? वो एक्सप्रेस करती है छोटे मासेस को, मासेस ऑफ वेरी टाइनी पार्टिकल्स लाइक एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूल्स. तो जो इस तरह की यूनिट है उसको कैसे डिफाइन किया गया था? एक एटॉमिक मास यूनिट किसके इक्वल होता है स्टूडेंट्स? One atomic mass unit is equivalent to 1/12 of the mass of one carbon 12 atom. तो ये हमारा कार्बन 12 एटम है, ये आइसोटोप है, राइट? कार्बन के कार्बन 14 आइसोटोप भी होता है, पर हमें कौन सा लेना है? कार्बन 12 का जो एटम होता है उसका 1/12 अगर आप मास कर देंगे तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? 1 atomic mass. All right. So this is how you need to express this definition. Now let's move on, students. Why is it not possible to see an atom with naked eyes? तो naked eyes से हम क्यों नहीं देख सकते कोई एटम को स्टूडेंट्स? Because it is very very small. ठीक है, तो बहुत ही small होता है एटम. That's why we cannot see it with our naked eyes. Due to its very small size, they are too small to be seen with our naked eyes. All right. Okay. Now is the time when you have to write the formula. Okay, so some names of the compounds are given. हमें क्या करना है? इसका formula बनाना है. उसके लिए if you have to write the formula, you need to remember that table. आपको वो table बिल्कुल अच्छे से याद होनी चाहिए. नहीं किए तो please remember that table and then you will be able to find the formula, write the formula of any compound given. Okay, so sodium oxide. Students, sodium oxide, we know that's the symbol for sodium is Na and the symbol for oxygen, oxide. Okay, now you need to remember the charges on them. Okay, so the valency for sodium is +1. Okay, and the valency for oxide ion is -2. So for now what we will do, we will just ignore the signs. हम signs को ignore करेंगे, सिर्फ हम numbers लेंगे. So this is +1. And we will just ignore the let's ignore the charges and this is 2. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to cross the valencies. Remember students, so यहाँ पे ये 1 है, ये इधर जाएगा, 2 इधर आएगा. Got it students? So this 2 will come below Na and 1 will go below oxygen. Okay, so what will be the answer students? Na. Now the 2 will come over here and oxygen is there. No need to write 1. यहाँ 1 लिखने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. So the formula for sodium oxide is Na2O. All right, let's see the next one, aluminium chloride. Now Al, the charge is +3 and chloride ion Cl minus 1. Okay. Now, no need to write the charges. This is 3, this is 1. We'll just cross it over here. So, this 3 will go below Cl and this 1 will go below aluminium. So, Al, 1 we don't write, Cl and 3 will come here. So, this one is the formula for aluminium chloride. Sodium sulfide. Now, students, so for sodium sulfide, again Na and S. Correct? These are the chemical formula for this, the chemical symbol for Na and sulfur. Sulfide. Now, sulfide ion is minus 2 and sodium is plus 1. So, 1 and 2. So, let's cross it. So, 2 will go below Na and 1 will go below S. So, Na2S is the formula for sodium sulfide. And the last one is magnesium hydroxide. So, magnesium is Mg plus 2, remember? And hydroxide ion is OH minus 1. So, 2 and 1, let's cross them. So, that means 1 will go below Mg and 2 will go below OH, okay. So, this will be Mg, 1 we don't write, OH. Now, this OH, students, is a polyatomic ion, okay. So, we just can't write 2 below H, okay. This whole OH is twice. So, we will put a bracket and then 2. So, MgOH whole twice. This is the formula for magnesium hydroxide. Is that clear, students? Right? So, I hope you know how to write these chemical formula now. Alright? So, for that, students, that table you should be remembering. If not, please learn that and then you will be able to do all these questions. Alright, students, let's move on now. Write down the names of compounds represented by the following formula. So, now the opposite has been given. You have been given the chemical formula. You have to write the chemical name. Alright. So, it's very easy, students. Now, listen to me very carefully. This is Al and this is SO4. Okay. So, obviously, students, this is aluminium and this is a sulfate ion. Aluminium plus 3 and SO4 2 minus, okay, minus 2. So, you can see that this 2 should have come here and 3 should have gone there. So, यही तो formula है, 3 is here, 2 is here. So, that means the chemical name for this is aluminium sulfate. Right? Now, let's see this one, calcium and this is chlorine, okay. So, calcium was plus 2, chlorine was minus 1. So, this 1 should come here, 2 should go there. So, CaCl2, this is what the chemical formula is. That means this is calcium chloride. Got it? Now, K2SO4. Now, SO4 again, this is sulfate ion. And K, this is potassium. So, that means this is potassium sulfate. Potassium sulfate. And finally, we have again KNO3. Now, students, this NO3 is the nitrate ion. K is potassium ion. So, again, this is what? Potassium nitrate. Alright. So, please remember these ions, the polyatomic ions, these are very important. This is nitrate, sulfate, and then carbonate. All these ions are very important. So, these important ions you should keep in mind. So, potassium nitrate. And then we have calcium. This is Ca calcium, CO3. So, this is carbonate ion and calcium is plus 2. So, that's why, students, these 2 and 2, okay, when they crossed, we crossed these valencies, they got cancelled. And that's why the chemical formula is CaCO3. Alright. So, this is calcium carbonate. calcium carbonate. So hopefully students, now you understand how to write these names. For that you need to understand the symbols, and if you don't remember, please learn it. The symbols for the monoatomic and polyatomic ions, very important. Alright, so this is how you need to write. Let's move on. What is meant by chemical formula? So this is what we have been writing in the previous questions. Chemical formula is the symbolic representation. हम क्या करते हैं, जो भी आपको chemical compound दिया है उसको हम symbols में ही तो convert कर रहे हैं to get the chemical formula. So it's the symbolic representation. Symbolic representation of the composition, जो compound किससे बना है. So if I say potassium nitrate, so you know it is composed of, this compound is composed of potassium and nitrate ions. So potassium nitrate, how to write it, the chemical formula? KNO3. So this is a symbolic representation. For example, the symbolic representation for sodium chloride is what? NaCl. Symbol से represent करें, sodium ion is Na, chloride ion is Cl. So this is NaCl. Got it, students? Now, how many atoms are present in a H2S molecule and this ion? Okay, so let's answer the first one. H2S molecule. Now, this molecule, students, you can see clearly that 2 is written below H and nothing is written below S. Okay, so that means there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of sulfur. So how many atoms are there in total? So total 3 atoms. So this is how you need to count. Now this is the ion, okay? Which ion is this, students? If you remember, this is the phosphate ion, PO4 3-. Now, whenever you are counting the number of atoms, no need to see this charge. Just ignore the charge. We are here to count the atoms. So, this is a polyatomic ion. Let's find out the number of atoms present. तो कितने atoms present है students इसमें देखते हैं. एक तो है phosphorus का, 4 है oxygen के. So, 1 phosphorus and 4 oxygens. So total 1 plus 4, 5 atoms are present. 5 atoms are present in this ion. Alright, students, so this is how you need to count the number of atoms, whether a molecule is given or an ion is given. Got it? Let's see now. Calculate the molecular masses. Now, students, molecular masses, how do we calculate? We calculate the individual atomic masses. Alright, so for that you need to know the atomic masses of these simple elements. Hydrogen 1U, okay. Oxygen we have 16U. Chlorine we have 35.5U. So these are some of the nitrogen, you can say nitrogen is 14U. I think rest are repeating. So these are the simplest of elements. ये इन elements की आपको atomic masses जरूर याद रखने, ठीक है. अब हमें क्या करना है, जब हम molecular mass निकालते हैं, calculate करते हैं, तो हम atomic masses को add करके करते हैं. The addition of atomic masses will give rise to the molecular mass of the compound or the molecule. Is it clear? So कैसे करना है students? Molecular mass of H2, यहाँ पे H2 है. So it's a hydrogen molecule, hydrogen gas है ये. So इसके अंदर 2 atoms है. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen. So that means we need to multiply 2 with the atomic mass of single hydrogen atom. 2 hydrogen atoms है तो एक का क्या mass है हमारे पास 1U. So 2 का कितना होगा 2 into the atomic mass of hydrogen. That means 2 into 1, 2U. Similarly for oxygen and chlorine, okay. Oxygen is O2, chlorine is Cl2. तो यहाँ पे भी हमें क्या करना है 2 into atomic mass of oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16U. So twice of 16 will be 32U. And the atomic mass for chlorine, one chlorine atom का atomic mass कितना होता है 35.5. So if you multiply it by 2, the molecular mass of the chlorine molecule is 71U. Got it, students? Now, if we see the molecular mass of CO2, carbon dioxide. So, carbon dioxide has 3 atoms. 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. तो इसका मतलब ये, जब हमें molecular mass calculate करना है तो हम सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे, कार्बन का मास लेंगे और उसमें हमें ऑक्सीजन का मास ऐड करना है, एटॉमिक मास. ऑक्सीजन का एटॉमिक मास यहाँ पे क्या है, 16 है, लेकिन यहाँ पे 2 एटम्स है ऑक्सीजन के, सो 2 into 16. Got it, students? So this is what they have done. The 12, which is the atomic mass for carbon, added to the atomic mass for oxygen, multiplied by 2 because there are 2 atoms of oxygen. So we get the answer as 44U. Now CH4. Students, CH4 is methane molecule, 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. So 1 carbon atom, the mass of 1 carbon atom is 12 and the mass of 4 hydrogen atoms is 4 into 1. एक हाइड्रोजन एटम का मास क्या है, 1U. तो 4 का कितना हो जाएगा, 4 into 1. Let's add them. So you will get the answer as 16U. So very simple, students. For getting the molecular mass of any molecule, just add the atomic masses of the atoms which is giving you that molecule. Molecular mass of C2H6, this is ethene. What it will be, students? 2 into atomic mass of C. So there are 2 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms. So 2 into atomic mass of C will be 2 into 12 and the atomic masses of hydrogen. So 6 hydrogen atoms, 1 into 6. So that comes out to be 30U. So this is how you need to calculate the molecular masses. Now let's see C2H4. Again 2 carbon atoms and 4 hydrogen atoms. So again 2 into 12 plus 4 into 1, which gives you 28U. Molecular mass of ammonia, NH3 is what, students? Ammonia molecule. So the molecular mass will be 14. 14 is the atomic mass for nitrogen and 3 into 1, which is the atomic mass for hydrogen, and multiplied by 3 because there are 3 atoms of hydrogen. So we get the mass as 17U. Now molecular mass of CH3OH. So here, students, we have how many carbons? 1 carbon is there. How many hydrogens? So 3 hydrogens plus 1 hydrogen, that means 4 hydrogen atoms. And we have 1 O, that means 1 oxygen atom. So 1 carbon, 1 oxygen and 4 hydrogens. So the atomic mass for 1 carbon atom will be 12U. That is what we have written. The atomic mass for 4 hydrogen atoms. So again, we have these 3 into 1, 3 hydrogen atoms plus 1 here. Okay. So either you can write 4 into 1, that is also fine, or you can write separately 3 into 1 plus 1. And the atomic mass for 1 oxygen atom will be 16. So when you add them all together, you will get the answer as 32U. Got it, students? This is how you need to calculate. Simple calculations are there, very easy, but you need to remember how to calculate, how to multiply the number of atoms with the atomic masses of each. Now the next one is formula unit mass. So if you remember, students, we use this term formula unit mass. Actually, this is what the calculations are the same. यहाँ पे हमें calculate तो same तरीके से करना है, but why we say it as formula unit mass? Because we are talking about the ionic compounds here. ये ZnO, Na2O, this K2CO3, these are ionic compounds. So जब ionic compounds की बात करते हैं तो हम molecular mass word का use नहीं करते हैं, because these are not molecules. These are ionic compounds. So इसलिए हम क्या use करते हैं? Formula unit mass. Okay. So here, students, zinc, sodium, potassium, these are the elements जिसका आपको atomic mass नहीं पता है. So these are given to you, zinc, sodium and potassium. Okay. So let's find out which is the same thing, students. How to write it? The formula unit mass for ZnO, zinc oxide. Okay. What is it? The atomic mass for zinc, there is 1 atom of zinc and 1 atom of oxygen. So just add the atomic mass of zinc with the atomic mass of oxygen. Atomic mass for oxygen, 665 plus 16, which gives you the answer as 81U. Let's see the next one, formula unit mass of sodium oxide. 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of oxygen. So 2 into the atomic mass for sodium and 1 oxygen. So we'll add the atomic mass for oxygen. So 2 into 23 plus 16, which gives you 62U. Got it, students? Now the formula unit mass of potassium carbonate. So K2CO3. Now 2 atoms of potassium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen. Got it, students? So here again 2 multiplied by the atomic mass for potassium plus the atomic mass for carbon plus 3 into the atomic mass of oxygen. Okay, so you just need to put the values. That is 2 into 39. This is the potassium का atomic mass हो गया. This is the atomic masses of potassium. 2 potassium के यहाँ पर atoms हैं. एक यहाँ पे carbon का है, that is 12U. Added to 3 atoms of oxygen and multiplied by its atomic mass. तो oxygen का जो atomic mass है वो कितना है? 16. So when you add all these, you will get the formula unit mass as 138U. Is that clear, students? So this is the formula unit mass for ZNO. This one is for sodium oxide. This one is for potassium carbonate. All right. So this was it, students. Hopefully now you understand how to go about the questions of these chapters. I'll meet you in the next one where we will discuss the exercises question. So hopefully आपको ये सब समझ में आ गया है. Please practice more and more questions. I'll meet you in the next one. Till then, keep learning, students. Thank you so much for watching.